Hello, RPGdon here. Welcome back to our custom class series. Today's class will be the Death Knight. First, we'll need to download two plugins. The plugins we'll be downloading are Yanfly's Skill Core engine and Yanfly's Taunt. I'll leave the link to both of those plugins in the description. Once you have both of those plugins, and they're on, we'll move on to our database cogwheel. Then go to types. We won't make any new weapon types because we'll be using the sword and the axe. We will make a new skill type called Dark Knight and another skill type called Imp. We will be using two states for this class. One state, which is already here, you'll only need to make sure that auto timing removal is at turn end and the duration is in 3-3. You'll also need to add your message. The state we'll create is called Taunt. You'll need to name it, add a picture, turn end 1 and 2, give a message, and type in all three of these notes in the notes section. Once all this is done, we can move on to our skills. We will be making two builds. Our level 1 skill can be used by both builds, so no weapon will be required. Each skill will be given a name, an image, and a description. Each Death Knight skill will be given the skill type Dark Knight. Each skill's occasion will be set to battle screen, and every message will be uses. The skill Fresh Scent is a taunt skill. We will double click add our state, add state, taunt, and 100%. Most of the skills of a Death Knight require HP as a cost instead of MP or TP. We will need to type in this note tag for each of our skills. We'll only change the second number of the fraction every skill. Fresh Scent has a 1 out of 20 fraction, so every time we use this skill, 1/20th of your current HP will be deducted. This skill will make it so that for 1 or 2 turns, all enemies will only attack the user of this skill. Onto our level 2 skills. We will set the sword as a weapon type. Do our usual steps, name, image, description, occasion, skill type, have scope the user, go to our note and change the 20 to a 19, double click our effects, parameters, add buff, defense 3 turns. Our next skill, Magic Body, gives the user more magic defense for 3 turns. It will also have a 1 out of 19 cost, but the weapon will be axe. Onto our level 3 skills, our Death Knights will be able to summon Shadow Imps to help them in battle. Each build has a Shadow Imp. Shadow Imp X requires a sword and Shadow Imp Y requires an axe. Both have no scope. Our fraction will be 1 out of 18 for both of them, and we will need to make common events to summon each of these imps. First, we'll go to an actor and create a new actor for each imp, Shadow Imp X and Shadow Imp Y. Give a character image and an SV Battler image. We'll also need to make 2 new classes, the Shadow Imp X and the Shadow Imp Y. Give the Shadow Imps their corresponding class. The Shadow Imps will have their own skills, Imp, Sacrifice, and Share the Vitality, and each of their skills will have the skill type Imp. Imp Sacrifice scope is 1 enemy, our HP cost, but with the fraction 1 out of 2, HP damage, with this formula, then on to Share the Vitality, scope 1 ally, skill type Imp, HP recover, with this formula, our fraction 1 out of 4, and both of the imp skills require no weapons. Now we'll go to common events to make the events that will summon our imps. We'll make 2 new common events, one named Shadow Imp X and one Shadow Imp Y. They'll have no triggers and no switches. Double click the black diamond, tap 1, change party member, find your imp in the scroll, and add. Once both of your common events have their corresponding imp added to the party, you will make another event, trigger parallel, and a switch called Remove Actors. You will double click your event, change party member, find each of the imps, and remove them. Whenever you would have summons in your game, you will add the additional summons here to be removed. Once you have both of your imps here removed, you will apply and go back to your maps. Each map that has potential battles will need an event that is parallel, that sets your Remove Actor switch to on. This will make it so that once your party comes back to your map after a battle, your summons will be automatically desummoned and out of your party. We can now go back to our database cogwheels, into our skills, back to our Shadow Imp skills, double click the effects, other, common event, and choose the common event that corresponds to the skill. Shadow Imp X with common event Shadow Imp X, and Shadow Imp Y with common event Shadow Imp Y. Once all of this is done, we can go on to our level 4 skill. This skill is shared by both builds, so no weapon is required. MP cost 50, our scope will be one enemy, and our damage will be HP drain. We will use this formula. Once this is done, we can go on to our level 5 skills. Impending Doom's scope is all enemies. Our cost is 1/2. Our weapon is sword. Scope all enemies. HP damage with this formula. And once this is done, we can go to buy a thread. Buy a thread scope is all allies. Weapon axe. 1/2 for our cost. And double click add states, state, add state, and immortal. Once all this is done, we can go back to our classes, create our Death Knight class, edit the magic skill type to be our Dark Knight skill type by right clicking where it says magic, edit, and simply change magic to Dark Knight. Then we would change the equip weapon dagger to a sword and add a new one for equip axe. Once that is done, we will add all our skills according to the level they're gained at. Fresh Scent level 1, Armor Body and Magic Body level 2, our Shadow Imps both at level 3, Life Force / level 4, and Impending Doom and Buy a Thread level 5. Once all this is done, we can make our Shadow Imp classes. For Shadow Imp X, we will edit our skill type to Imp, but also add a new row, Tab Skill, add skill type, and Dark Knight. Both Imps will have the Imp skill type and Dark Knight skill type, but Shadow Imp X will have level 1 Fresh Scent and level 1 Imp's Sacrifice, and Shadow Imp Y will have level 1 Fresh Scent and level 1 Share the Vitality. Once this is done, we can test our game. Always remember to save changes before testing. You can see that unlike Life Force /, which is the only skill that requires MP, each other skill requires HP, and it will tell you how much it's going to cost you. I'll summon our Shadow Imp, and you can see him come into the battlefield. Our summon can attack like normal, has our Imp skill ability, Imp's Sacrifice, but also has a Dark Knight keyword, and the Fresh Scent ability. That's it for this class. Please like and subscribe to show your support. If you have any ideas of what I should make a class about, please leave a comment about it. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.